Hi everyone, my name is Sheyo Basi. I'm the creator of the Nigeria to Canada Japa system. Thank you for joining me today. How was your day? I hope you had a great day, a great week, a great month so far. Today I want to talk about something very important. I've titled it The Worst 5 Programs for International Students to Study in Canada. So it's the 5 worst types of programs for international students to study in Canada. So now there's a lot of love for Canada, especially people who want to come to Canada to study and people who want to come to Canada to live because of so many benefits that Canada offers. Now there are also lots of people who want to come to Canada to study. A lot of people are making the move, but then some people are making certain mistakes that they find out when they're already in Canada and it is too late to do anything about it. So today I want to help such people because I want as much people as possible to come to Canada and fulfill their dreams. So these are the 5 types of programs that you must avoid if you're an international student, and especially if you want to stay back in Canada to do a post-graduation work permit and also to use that as a route to permanent residence for yourself and your family. Okay, so we'll just jump into it right away. So the first type of programs is programs that are in schools that are not designated learning institutes. So I talk about this all the time. If you want to come study in Canada, please make sure you're studying at a school that is a designated learning institute. And it's very easy to find this information. It is online on the Canada website. There's a list of designated learning institutes. So these are schools and programs that will give you a post-graduation work permit, which allows you to work in Canada for a period of between 1 to 3 years, depending on the length of time that you have studied, okay? So if you come to a school that is not a designated learning institute, number one, you do not get post-graduation work permit, which means that when you finish studying in Canada, you have to now look for other ways to stay in Canada because you're not going to get that open work permit that allows you to work in Canada. In addition, if your spouse is joining you in Canada, they also cannot work while you're studying because you're at an institute that is not a DLI. So no matter how juicy the DLI, the non-DLI school is, these are the negatives of studying in a school that is not a DLI. If you want to stay back in Canada and you want to become a permanent resident using the study route, it is better to go to a school that is a designated learning institute, okay? It is very easy to find them. You will find them on the Canada website. They will indicate that they are designated learning institutes. Not all designated learning institutes give post-graduation work permit. They will also indicate that they also give post-graduation work permit, right? Now, the second type of programs you shouldn't come to do in Canada if you're an international student that wants to stay back in Canada to work after your studies is short training programs. So I get a lot of people asking, oh, can I come and do a short course? Can I just come for a conference and then stay back? If you want to do a short course, which is a program that is less than 8 months, 8 months is the longest that you can do. That's 2 semesters of 4 months each to get a post-graduation work permit. If you want to do a program shorter than that, then that's a short course. You do not need a study permit to come and do that program. And you're certainly not going to get any post-graduation work permit to stay back in Canada after your study. So those short training programs are just programs like professional programs, so to speak, that you just get to learn something, and after learning it, you go back to your country. If you get to stay back in Canada after doing those programs, you can only stay back if you get maybe an employer-specific work permit, you get a job and the employer is ready to give you a DLI and a work permit, except that you would have to go back to your country after doing such a course. So it is really not recommended for you if you want to stay back in Canada after your studies. The third type of program that I wouldn't recommend to you if you're an international student and you want to stay back in Canada is programs that are not related to your major or not related to your background. And the only time that you should do this is if you can justify it. For example, you did business administration in school, but you want to come to Canada to do nursing or health sciences because you heard that they are hot selling careers in Canada, which is great, they are hot selling. But please, if you did a management program, you're not even a science student and you want to come to Canada to study nursing, first of all, I doubt that you will get the admission. And even if you do get the admission, I doubt that you will get the visa, except there's something in your background that can actually justify that. visa officers in Canada don't like to see that disparity of being on one end of the spectrum and then you want to come to Canada to study something else. They can actually not see the justification, except you're actually showing them that there's actually a justification for me to come and do this program, and you explain that in your SOP so that they can see it, or else you might not be able to get a visa for that and you just be wasting your time. So I would advise you to actually do programs that are related to your background. If you did something in management, you've probably been doing a job in the bank, you can actually come and do something in marketing. If your job is in marketing, something related to your background, something that you can point to. And this is what I've been doing. Okay, so a lot of people like human resources, and they ask, can I come and do human resources because I'm a lawyer or because I'm with this? If you've worked in human resources before, you've done a couple of courses, or you're even certified in human resources, then you have a justification. Think about it like that. Like, think about it, put yourself in a visa officer's shoes and ask yourself, am I really justified to do this program? If you cannot give yourself a visa based on your own evaluation, then a visa officer will not definitely give you a visa. Okay, so the fourth kind of program that I would not recommend for an international student who wants to come to Canada and stay back are the ESL programs. ESL programs are English as a second language programs, and they last from anything from 2 weeks to about a year. ESL programs are for people who actually want to come to Canada to study English language. So it's like an English language course where they come to learn how to speak English. So they are usually ESL courses. They are offered in universities a lot, and I see a lot of like people from Asia, China, Japan coming to do ESL programs. So ESL programs are not liable for post-graduation work permits because they're just learning a language. A lot of them who come here to do ESL actually convert to do an actual maybe English language course or a different kind of course after they're done with ESL. But ESL alone will not give you a post-graduation work permit. And if you're from an English-speaking country like Nigeria, Ghana, you might not need to do the ESL. I mean, what's the point? You already know how to speak English language. So it's better you come to do a program that you're actually hitting the ground running in Canada, okay? So ESL programs are out, in my opinion. The fifth kind of program that I'm going to talk about, you might not have a lot of power over this, are programs with limited job opportunities in the province or city that you're going to. Yeah, so even though I did say that you should do programs that are in line with your background, in line with what you studied before or your work experience, it is also important for you to check in the province where you're going to or the city to see what it is that is in their job market, what it is that is in demand in that province, because it can differ from city to city and from province to province. And one thing that I will say to you is that when you're in Canada, you can actually change your program to do something that is in demand. Trust me, you don't want to finish school and then you start looking for a job, or maybe you did hotel management and you're done with school. You can't find any job in hotel management, okay? Now, or there's maybe cities in Canada that have a high demand for hotel managers because maybe they are cities where tourists like to go to. They have a lot of hotel management positions. If you're like in a city like mine, nothing is basically happening. I don't know how good hotel management is. So there are certain courses, certain programs that are high selling that many people want to do. What I would advise you that when you get to Canada, if your program, you find out that the program that you currently are in is not high selling, you might want to change to something else to do a program that is in high demand. The fifth one or sixth one I'm going to talk about is doing a program that is lower than what you currently have. For example, you have a master's in computer science and you say you want to come to Canada to do a diploma in computer science. I mean, think about it. You're already overqualified for that course, even if it's in line with your background, it's in line with what you've done in the past. But trust me, when you put in such an application, a visa officer will wonder, you already know, well, as far as they're concerned, everything that has to do with computer science. Why are you now coming to do a lower program, maybe a diploma, where you already have a master's? And there are so many reasons why you can come to do a lower program than what you actually have, especially if you have a HND or you have a 2-2, you can actually come and do a lower program. Now, you can always justify doing a lower program if it's something that is a new addition to your program. For example, there's mobile development, you did computer science, but at the time you did computer science, they didn't have all this computer security or mobile development. Computer is always evolving. Maybe there's a new technology that you want to learn about, and you can learn about it in a lower program. That is a justification you can use to say, you know what, I have a master's, but I actually do want to come and do a graduate certificate in this or an advanced diploma, because this is a new line and it's been offered as an advanced diploma, and I want to learn how to do that because it's going to add to my career. Okay, so the thing about getting visa to Canada to come to study is about being articulate in your SOP. When you're writing your study plan or your letter of explanation or SOP, whichever name it's called, they're all basically the same thing. It's being articulate. Let that visa officer see that you're intelligent, you know what you're talking about. You can pull statistics from the internet of how maybe that new development in tech, in health sciences, in business, in HR, whatever, in law, how that new technology is going to help you, even though it's a lower degree, it's going to help you to be more visible in your career, to be more sellable or whatever. Okay, so show that visa officer that you're actually intelligent, you know what you're talking about. And when they see that you are organized, you're intelligent, you know what you're talking about, except there's something else wrong with your application, that will not be a reason for them to deny your application. So there you have it. I've actually shared with you 5 programs or worst type of programs for international students, especially those who want to stay back in Canada and work and translate into permanent residence after their studies. And this is actually doable. You can actually become a Canada permanent resident using the study route. That's the route that I use, a route that a lot of people have used. And our program, the Niger to Canada JAPA system, has helped a lot of people to come to Canada as students. Some of them are studying, some are finished studying, they are working, and some of them have also become permanent residents with their family in Canada using the Niger to Canada JAPA system. And if you check below the video, you would actually see a link that explains what the JAPA system is and how it can help you to become a Canada permanent resident using the study route. Okay, so and if you have problems choosing the best program for you to do in Canada that will actually give you a good grasp of what you're doing and help you to hit the ground running, the Canada JAPA system also helps with that. So that is all that I have for today. It's been fun talking to you. I hope you also got value. Just leave a comment for me, subscribe to my channel, and then make sure you click the notification button so you always know when I post a new video. I try and post a video every week, valuable video. Also leave a comment and tell me, what do you want me to talk about in the next video? What is it that you want us to talk about that will help you settle in Canada, come to study or come to work in Canada? Okay, thank you very much. Don't forget, click that subscribe button, and I'm going to see you in the next video. Bye for now.